Hey everybody, ohayou gozaimasu, irashaimase. This is Andres Salazar. You're watching The Art of Comics, and today we're going to talk about Spy Family. Is it Spy Family or is it Spy X Family? Is it Spy Times Family? I'm not sure how to pronunciate with the X. I'll just call it Spy Family. Um, Here's my thoughts. I read this. I bought this in Tokyo over at the Cornucopia store in Shinjuku. Bought this last week. I just got back. My previous episode, as you probably have seen, about Chainsaw Man. I bought a gang of manga. There's a big stack right over there. And so I bought all this manga. I watched the first 4 episodes on Crunchyroll, which covers this. And so we're doing a little like tit for tat. Watched the anime, read the book. And what are my thoughts? First off, quick synopsis. Spy First Family is about a spy who needs to infiltrate and uncover this diplomat for this other country. And to do that, he needs to get a child of his in this elite school. And so he takes on the persona of a single father, needs to find a child to get him into the school so he can get a hold of this diplomat. And to do that, though, he needs to find a wife. And so he finds this wife, or this woman who will pretend to be his wife, who's an assassin. So wife, an assassin, son, father, the spy, and the daughter, the little girl daughter, is a telepath. So she can hear the thoughts, understand what's going on. So she knows that they're both have alternate identities. And so there's that kind of bit. So telepath, assassin, spy. This is a lot lighter than Chainsaw Man. I'm going to do a lot of comparisons because I just did Chainsaw Man. A lot lighter. This is very shonen. This is a little younger audience, a little more comedic, lighter story. And it didn't grab me as much as Chainsaw Man. I think Chainsaw Man is a little... I apologize. I'm going to be comparing those two a lot because I just did those. A lot more... not experimental, but just a little bit more like out there, different, interesting in some ways. This has got some clever bits to it, and I'm somewhat intrigued to see what happens, but not fully intrigued. Like, I'm not dying to get the next volume. Whereas something like Monster, I always talk about Monster. I just finished volume 6, and I gotta get 7. Like, I gotta know what happens. So it's not like that. It's not quite as engaging. Also, because of the type of story it is, it's not heavy action. The animation is good, but it's not better than the book. They're really on par. I can't say the book is better than the animation. I can't say the anime is better than the book. They're the same. And a lot of that, again, is, I think, there's just the genre. There's not a lot of super crazy action, so you don't get those big moments where you're like kind of wowed by the animation. Again, it's the genre of the story. The animation's good, it's serviceable, and the art is good here and serviceable. But it's nothing that blows you away, and that's okay. It doesn't have to blow you away. It's kind of a quieter story set in the real world, and so it's not necessarily needs to like wow you. You got to remember, this artist with his assistants cranks out a lot of pages a day, so they didn't got time to go crazy. By the way, speaking of that, I was very happy to see that somewhere in here it actually has his assistants listed. If you remember, I talked about in Chainsaw Man, I wish they would put the assistant's name. Boom. Here you go. Here's the assistants who helped Tetsuya Endo do this. So very cool. I do like that they're mentioned. Just cool. We may see some of them in years to come, you know, elevate themselves to have their own series. So, kind of a short video. Don't have a lot to say. I liked it. I didn't love it. I'm not super motivated to continue with either the animation or the manga. But if I'm going to pick one, I probably would just take the animation, because the anime is kind of free, you know what I mean? And then it's with my Crunchyroll, so you just watch it. And I don't need a book in the space that it takes up in my home for this, if that makes sense. That's it. Yeah, this is everywhere in Tokyo. Chainsaw Man and Spy vs. Family was everywhere. So I had to pick them up and see what's up, and now I know. So there you go. Next video is about Velvet Glove cast an iron cast. What is that story? I don't know. We're going to talk about it. It's early and I'm not feeling it today. I'm feeling a little under the weather for some reason. Check out my other videos if you want to see all the Tokyo stuff on my personal page. Also on my Patreon for $1, you get my journal of my trip and all my sketches and all those kind of things. So check that out too, guys. Okay, bye. Peace out.
次は目白オレンジは右側です。The next station is 目白 JY14. The doors on the right side will open.